So I'm here at Kings Lynn with Jonathan Davison. Hello, Jonathan.
Hello.
We've got the same name, but yours is spelt with an O.
Yeah. I'm a Norman, you're here, man.
But I like that. We've never spoken.
No.
You've been racing Formula Ones for a couple of years, roughly.
Yeah, on and off, just doing shale meetings, really, as and when it fitted in with work and just having fun, really.
So what is work?
I'm a farmer by trade, farmer contractor, so when the season, middle of season's usually a no-no for me.
Yes, of course.
You're too busy and you just have to do what you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Just
So
fit it in when you can.
absolutely. So in terms of Formula One, a couple of years now. So and prior to that, it was Formula 2.
Yeah, I raced Formula 2 about 10 years ago and did 4 or 5 years in Formula 2.
Yeah.
Didn't really do much the same, but really just had fun and enjoyed it really around work.
So why Formula One? So what was the kind of the right? I want to go racing again. I'm guessing. So why the Formula One choice?
I did a lot of mechanicking for John Dawson.
Yeah.
From the same area, so used to come with him and just he give up. So I got the bug really and pinched all his mechanics and then came. My dad used to race Formula 1 years and years ago when he was young and stupid.
Right. And is your dad still coming?
Yeah, he come to the Bradford ones, but he has to stop going and look after the farm when we're away playing.
Yeah, absolutely. So it
that's
works.
his job.
Okay. And in terms of this season, we've done one Bradford. Is that right?
Yeah, I didn't have much luck. 3 laps and then blew the diff up. And
okay.
Work got in the way since then. And just haven't managed to get it. And thought, right, I'm going to do Kings Lynn. Make sure I do Kings Lynn because I was getting itch again. So we're here.
But it's not a short journey.
No.
What is the journey time?
It took us 5 hours. We came practicing yesterday. It took us 5 hours yesterday. Absolute nightmare coming down, but usually takes just under 4 hours.
Yeah.
4 hours. Something.
But you didn't go home again, did you?
No, we stopped down. No, definitely not.
So you did one meeting, and then but the cars had a good refresh over the winter. Different colour scheme and.
Yeah, we just thought take it all back because all the bits of lacquer was coming off and everything. So we just freshened it up and tidied it up really. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice. Where's the car from? Where'd you get it from?
It's the old James Smith 100 car.
Ah, okay, yeah.
So we got that, and then Mark Gilbank's been helping us a lot with it, keeping us right, and also John Dawson. Had a bit of help from Jay Walker as well. So
okay.
Plenty of history with it.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've got a good team around you.
Yeah, brilliant. You couldn't do it without them.
No,
can't do it without them.
So what's plans in Formula One? What is it you want to do?
Well, I would like to be world champion one day.
Yeah, of course.
I don't think that'll happen.
But you don't know.
No. I just thought with it being a qualifying round, I'm still in the shout with the semis, so I thought why not go and try and see if I can get some qualifying fun.
So where are you? Where are you in that kind of table? Because top 48, isn't it, that go semi-final?
Yeah,
so whereabouts are you?
Somewhere around 40 or something like that. So hopefully I'll try and do Bradford as well, and then see what happens.
Yeah, because there's only 2 more Shell qualifying rounds, isn't there? Before, and obviously it's tarmac then for the other 4. So
unless I have something wrong with it and I go to Scotland or something like that. It's closer than Kings Lynn.
Well, that's my question. Because where are you based?
Durham.
So what's that going to be? 2-3 hours up to?
It'll only be 2.5 hours.
See, do you know what I mean? I reckon look at that booking list, see how many cars are going, and then do you know what?
Put some tarmac tyres on.
That's all you need to do, I think.
Go, eh?
Yeah. You heard it here first. That's right. Jonathan, thanks so much for talking to me.
Thank you very much. Lovely to speak, Thank you.
Perfect. With Liam Gilbank. Hello, Liam.
Hi.
It's not been the best start to a season for you.
No, not really. So I've only done, a handful of meetings.
Yeah.
I had to have a bit of a break after Endersford because I hurt myself, so I had to make sure I was right before I got back in it.
Yeah. That's very sensible though, isn't it? Was it a more sensible approach from yourself going, actually, I just need a bit of time away?
Oh yes, I mean, there's no point trying to get back in it too soon and then sort of trying to avoid crashing and whatnot, so that's not how I drive anyway, so I want to be able to get stuck in, so there's no point not being 100%.
Yeah. But so Hednesford, so you did Buxton Hednesford from memory, but that came on the back of a very busy winter.
I spent 2 months out in New Zealand over winter. I bought a car out there, so I went out, did quite a few meetings out there.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed that, so I'll be doing that again in this off season.
Yeah. Okay. So very busy winter. Come back to Race UK, and then we did Hednesford. Then you were back at Skeg last week. You visited the fence again on Saturday, though.
Yeah.
That was big.
I know, it just seems to have a magnet to fence at the minute this year, so I just need to have a good meeting with that wrecking car, I think.
Yeah.
Which I seem to be struggling to do at the minute.
So, and talking about that, you're racing your dad's car.
Yeah.
So what's yours?
Borrowing my dad's car. It's my old blue car that I normally race shale in. That's getting a bit old now, so building a new car, but it's just nowhere near yet. We've just not had time really to get on it. So I'm just borrowing this one. I'll probably end up racing this car most of the season on shale.
Okay.
See how it goes.
Yeah. So, you know, in terms of your blue one, is that kind of like done, we're not racing it, as in like we've took bits off it, or it's just...
Yeah, it's a bit of a shelf and I've robbed it for parts, but it were mainly, there's been roll changes for this year for roll cage construction, and it's a bit outdated, so instead of doing all that work to a car that's pretty bent and twisted, we thought we'd just start again.
Yeah. So using your dad's, and then is it like, have you got an eye on World Championship qualifying points, shootout, that kind of stuff? Because we are like kind of starting to tip into, we need to be thinking about those championships.
Yeah, well, I'm just trying to pick a few qualifying points up. I think I'll not be anywhere near shootout points because I've just had a rubbish start to the season, so I'll pretty much forget about that. So I'll just do championships, European and whatnot, World Final, and try and get some time on my new car in between.
Yeah. Are you trying to get a new car for this year, or is it for next year now? Is that the plan?
Trying for this year, but if it's gone past World Final, I'll probably just save it for next year anyway.
Okay. But don't leave it too long. So you're in New Zealand for like 4 months this time, aren't you, or something like?
Well, yeah. Might not come back this time, to be honest. Pretty nice over there, but it's sunny here today, so obviously.
Good. Liam, thanks so much.
No worries.
Craig Belmore, hello.
Hiya.
How are you enjoying yourself?
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, enjoying it.
We spoke on the phone beginning of the year and released your kind of new car.
Yeah.
Are you happy with kind of season to date? Up to yellow, or do you want more?
Yeah, I was a bit gutted when I see the list and I was sort of one from blue.
Yeah.
But then, like Matt said, he was like, it's not a bad thing. A bit more experience towards the front. So I was like, yeah, I guess so. So I've been really unlucky. Like Bradford leading the final, 5 yellow flags, and then got spun out by a back marker. Northampton leading the final, leading the national, got spun out, caught up.
Yes.
Same here, led races over halfway, and then something always goes wrong. So.
And that's the thing, though, isn't it? 'Cause, you know, paying attention to kind of yourself and how you're doing, and you kind of go, Craig's doing really well, and then something just seems to happen. And is it like bad luck, or is it just experience?
It's just stock car racing, and I've made some errors as well. It isn't. I can't blame it all on just the yellow flags. There's been some cautions where I've sort of not, with the saloons, you could back them up and let everyone push, and with these there's so much power, everyone just pushes you through and you miss the start, and so I've made my own mistakes as well. I can't blame it all on the races.
Because you have come into Formula Ones with racing experience, and are you having to relearn how to race?
You can, I mean, you spoke to Michael Allard, he'll tell you, everything you knew about stock car racing, you throw out the window.
Okay.
Apart from even the contact side of it, like with a saloon, you could just come in and bang someone wide and nip through. You cannot do that in one of these because you just latch on, you both just end up in the fence. So, yeah, it's a real learning curve. And I've never raced anything where the track condition changes so quickly. Every lap is different. So it's been a lot of like, we've either had really good speed at the start and then things I've struggled towards the end, or I've made a bit of a rubbish start and then the car's come on when it's dried out. It's just learning that fine balance where I need to make the most of when the car's real good.
Because, you know, from like the untrained eye, for example, it would be, well, I'm going around in a circle, I'm just hitting the car in front of me, and it's nothing like that, is it?
No, it's not.
At all?
No. The first meeting I done here in an F1, I can't remember the lad's name, 404?
Yep.
I tried to come up his inside and I just ended up all over his side, on over his bonnet. And I went to see him afterwards. I was like, mate, I'm so sorry. I was like, in the saloon, you could just do that. I said, and I come off, Matt's like, that didn't work, did it? I was like, no, it doesn't.
No.
So.
But you know, you're talking about changing brake bias and reading the track conditions, and you know, you've got the likes of Tom who can read a track, and you kind of
you don't appreciate how good the top boys are until you have a go at it. And like, I watch Dave Polly's like videos, vlogs and that, and when he has his onboards with the camera facing him, and every other lap he's down here playing with, and I'm just like, Jesus, I'm just trying to get a lap.
I'm just holding on.
I'm just like, how they have time to do all that and read it. It's fair play.
It's a huge learning curve, but kind of happy with where we are and progression, which is good.
Yeah, it was all going really well till Northampton.
Yeah. So let's just touch on that, because obviously, you know, big incident going down the home straight, and you know, and I kind of think we know what happened.
Yeah.
Scary stuff though for both you and everybody there.
Yeah. It was a after the meeting was horrible, to be
Yes.
fair. We even though I knew that like we'd spoken and stuff, and it's still that like, oh, if it weren't my car, he'd have been, everything's fine. But yeah, then I spoke to Ben the next day, and yeah, he was like, yeah, no, I'm in good spirits. So I was like, oh, good. So sort of like could focus, get back into the, back into it. And I really did want to go to Bradford because I really enjoyed it actually off the whites. And I said, oh no, I'm going to hate Bradford, and I loved it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was quite sore, so I was like, nah, I'm going to give Bradford a miss. I think. We'll go for Lynn in a week or two.
And the thing is, but it is a big thing, you know, like when in stock cars, you are hitting people, but you don't want to hurt anybody. And
No,
100%.
It was, It was. I didn't even realise. So I jumped out of the car and was like, "Oh, Matt's going to kill me." And then turned around and I was like, "Oh, It's one of them things. We move on and everyone's good. So yeah, we go again."
And the car today looks pretty much brand new again.
Yeah. Matt's had a busy couple of weeks.
Yeah.
To be fair, it wasn't as bad as it looked. It's all right me saying that because Matt's the one that's fixing it. But when the pictures show everything's hanging off, it's just because the chains are gone, the link's gone.
Yeah.
But actually, if it weren't for the fact the shock snapped and the chain snapped, the axle would have still been attached on the front. And obviously, I was pretty unlucky when Frank's hire car spun and caught the wing right at the end.
Yeah.
I thought it was all over. I was like, all right. And then crunch, I was like, oh.
Did you see that coming? Or
No, I was facing the other way. I 1 minute I could see the track, then I see the grass bank, and then I see the floor at a funny angle. I was like, oh.
Upside down then?
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is not going to plan.
No.
So it's all fixed and hoping for a bit of luck tonight.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, thanks so much for your time.
No worries, thank you.
And car still looks beautiful.
Thank you. Cheers, appreciate that. Thank you.
Cheers, Craig.
Cheers.
Hello, Thomas Palmer. How are you?
How good are you?
Very well. You've been doing a lot of meetings this year.
Trying, yeah.
Yeah.
Trying.
So what we're trying to do what?
Just get more time in the seat.
Yeah.
Just get more laps in, and obviously just enjoy it.
Yeah. So you've gone up to yellow first grading.
Yeah.
Which is good. And we kind of spoke last year when you came into Formula One. And obviously you've got a racing experience, but this was a whole new ball game. And has it been a difficult learning curve?
I don't think so, no. The main thing I've found hard is racing while getting bashed about.
Okay.
And sort of keeping focused and concentrating, which is quite hard to do when everyone's shunting you around. That's the main thing, it's just getting used to.
Yeah. So has it been like, actually, when people are hitting you, it's like, that's okay, but it's just actually like dealing with the traffic and...
Yeah, getting hit and, keeping on the racing line, not losing focus, not losing it as such, it's a bit easier said than done, I think.
Yeah. Well, that's what people talk about, isn't it, around how you doing a race on your own is all right, but then you've got 30 other people around you, it's like, actually, this is quite difficult now.
Yeah, but no, so far, really enjoying it. The small time it's even.
But when I've been watching you, you've been leading races and getting on, do you know what I mean? You've got pace in the car.
Yeah, the car, in fairness, there's nothing wrong with it. It has made a big difference this year, just focusing on this. Instead of getting two cars ready and rushing round, it has made a big difference, that.
Yeah, because I spoke to your brother at Northampton, and he was saying, I'm not kind of racing at the minute, because we're focusing on Thomas. And is that kind of a conscious decision, or is it...
No, I think it's just how it planned out, really. Mark blew an engine up back end of last year, wants to do other things as well. We have a business to run and family, so we just decided one car this year. Yeah,
and is that kind of, so in a shale and as many as you can, or comes work, get in the way?
Yeah, if work's busy, we don't go racing. Work has to come first, simple as that. But, we'll try his best and, we'll try and do as many shale meetings as we can.
Good, thanks so much.
I was coming over to Tommy Andrews' car and it's a little bit of a mess. We've got a front axle that seems to be snapped, at least one if not two shockers. And looking at the front of this, it's a bit of a mess. So be interesting to talk to Tommy and see what's going on. So I'm here with Tommy Andrew and the car's a bit of a mess, mate. What went on there?
I don't know really. I hit the tyre and everything hit me.
So you hit the tyre?
Yeah.
You do have some stupid. And I've got Peter Folding telling me I'm asking some stupid questions. So were you just in the wrong place at the wrong time?
I think so. Well, I was in the middle of the track, so yeah.
And I notice you're measuring the threads, so is this getting, save your corner weighting, it puts you in a rough idea what the corner weight should be. This inside front, outside front?
Well, inside this one.
Inside this one.
I need two of them.
Hit me that. I haven't got a hammer. I'm being pulled into action here. That one there. Is it going?
You want a bigger hammer?
Happy? You see, this is what the life of an interviewer is like. You have to help people like Peter Faulding, who can't even use a hammer these days. Tommy, I'll leave you to it, mate.
Thank you.
I hope you get back together.
I will do.
Going well apart from that.
Yeah. Cheers.
All right, mate. See you later. Daniel, what happened?
I don't know, big cloud of dust coming down into this corner and a car just coming across me. He just bent the steering right out and I hit the fence square on and then about 3 or 4 cars just coming back at me. It's about one of the hardest I've been in a long time.
The thing is, when you're stationary getting hit by cars, it really does hurt much more.
You're hitting the fence square on that did it. I don't normally get out, I'm normally like, I man up and that knocked me.
Oh, bless you, man. You look a bit the worse for wear, to be
Yeah,
fair.
I'm walking like I've just been rogered.
And was it this the same?
Yeah, it's just the same as my birthday that time.
That was some time ago, but will you get it back out, mate?
I'm hoping so. I'm trying.
Okay, I'll leave you to it.
Yeah.
That went really, really well, and you looked like you were on blob as well.
Yeah. To be fair, I didn't really have to do much. It just went round on rails. It was just,
Yeah, but that shows a really good. I mean, you must have spent a bit of time in the workshop getting that somewhere close.
Well, not me, but Lee's been through the car, and Derek and all their team. They've been through the car, got it where we want to be, and then we've spoken before. We don't want to win heats anymore. Funnily enough, we want to win finals, so we put more effort into his tyres. Sister's boyfriend Ben, he's been through the back outsides for us, and then me, Lee, and Derek went through the rally tyres in the workshop on Thursday. So.
And when you say went through them, what do you mean by that?
Just getting a level service, choosing what we think's best rubber, getting a stagger that we want, and yeah.
And do you mind me asking roughly what stagger you run on the back axle here? Would it be in the region of 4?
I can't tell you because I don't know. And many people will know that that's true.
It's Lee's department.
Well, it is, isn't it? I tried to make it my department, but yeah.
Are you running about? Is it somewhere in the region of 4 to 6? That's sort of the ballpark. Yeah. That's 4 to 6 inches across.
To be honest, I didn't have on what I wanted then.
Right.
My tyres for the final are ready. They are different to these. We might have to rethink his tyre choice after that.
Because now it's looking. And
I mean that was just perfect. So I mean you can't even tell that's been run.
No,
so,
it looks mint. It looks like it's not been on the racetrack.
Apart from temperature, you know, we can't use that one again. But yeah, we'll use it again at another time.
Good.
So,
well, look, really well done on your heat, mate. Brilliant. And let's hope it goes well in the final. So I'm just outside Mick Howarth's car. Mick was had a bit of a puncture in the race, so offside rears let go. But people often talk about stagger and wonder what stagger is. And it's a bit tricky because obviously got the right rear is deflated, but what we've got is a very narrow and small inside rear and a very wide and large outside rear. So the inside rear is completely different to the outside rear. Why is that? The reason for that is because the differential on a stock car, for a non-stock car, the differential is actually locked, which means that both rear wheels turn at exactly the same time, which means that if I turn this wheel now with my foot, you'll see that the right wheel turns exactly at the same rate as the left wheel. And there's not an option on that. It has to be a locked differential, which is, so what then? How then do you turn a car around a bend? Well, what you have to do is you have a smaller circumference on the left, means that when you go into the bend, the two wheels go round it, because the inside wheel has to go at a slower speed than the outside wheel, if that makes sense to you. So the outside wheel needs to go a further distance around the bend. The only way you can get to do that with a locked differential is to have a different size, a smaller inside rear and a bigger outside rear. The question is, what is that difference going to be? And the difference depends on the radius of the corner. So it's quite a tricky balancing act that drivers with a lot of experience will know what to do, will know how much stagger. Some cars respond to more stagger, some cars respond to less stagger, but ultimately it's about the feel of the car. What does it feel like? Is it working? So that's a lock differential. Lock differential. That wheel turns exactly the same. Bigger, smaller, slower, faster. And that's stagger. John!
Yes.
Lovely to see you. I've got 2 questions. Number 1, why did you stop on the outside of turn 3?
No oil pressure. I had it locked up when I was going into the corner. I thought it was a diff, but it wasn't a diff, I don't think.
So what do we think it might be?
I think it might be something to do with a bearing in the engine, maybe.
And is it turning on the ignition now?
But yeah, we'll have to take the engine out and see what the damage is, really.
Does that mean you're now loading up for the rest of the race, mate? Oh, bugger.
Afraid so.
That's a long way to come for
Very
6-7 laps.
Very frustrating, anyway.
And as well, so question number 2, which sprung all this brand new race suit, which looked so sexy when you arrived.
Yeah, my old overalls failed the scrutineering.
How old were the old overalls?
I don't think they were particularly old, not as old as me anyway.
You look very lovely, and not only I, but a million people are going to be gutted that you're not going to make it out.
Well, no, that's it, I'm afraid. We'll have to go home and see what the damage is.
No, see, hopefully, yeah, mate. Well, you stopped it early, which is presumably is...
Yeah, it's still, don't see, you haven't thrown anything out of the side or anything. But
not yet.
No, but I should think there'll be damaged bearings and the crank might need a grind, I don't know. We'll see.
Anyway.
No doubt it'll be expensive.
It will undoubtedly be expensive. John, just while I've got you a moment, because I was talking to the viewers a little bit earlier on about stagger and why we run stagger and the fact that the differential's locked and that we need the outside wheel to go further than the inside wheel and all that sort of stuff. Can I ask you, what sort of stagger are you looking to run at Kings Lynn? Ballpark. I don't need exacts.
5 inch.
About 5 inches. Yeah. And if you run 6 inches, what will happen with the car?
If I run 6 inches, it might be a bit too much sideways in the corner, a bit loose, you know, and a bit less it might push on.
Right, so it's basically controlling. By loose, what you mean is that when you turn at the corner, the back end comes around and it keeps coming. And by pushing on, when you go into the corner, you want it to turn, it's just pushing in a straight line, and that's because there's just not enough stagger.
Yeah, you can work around it by moving your axle a little bit, axle lead and what have you.
So, and you do that with regards to not having the tyres that would give you the stagger that you want.
Yeah.
And so leading on from that then, assuming you've got, it's pushing on a little bit and you've got no tyres to change, what would you do? Would you change the lead on the outside or the inside?
I'd try and change, probably if it was pushing on, I might move the outside wheel back a bit maybe.
Yeah, and that would lengthen the distance between the outsides.
Turn a bit better.
Yeah. That's brilliant. You see how easy that is. You see, stagger sounds like a terrible, confusing thing, and Mr. Lund, in very simple terms, with his brand new race suit on,
and my poorly car,
John, thanks ever so much for your time. I hope it's not too bad for you.
Well, we'll see, won't we? All right.
Cheers, my love.
Thank you.
Stood with Kyle Gray, who's got a very, very smiley face. We've just watched a consolation, which was full of red flags. How did it go?
I thought it was a final. There was the amount of stoppages there was. Brilliant.
It was ridiculous, wasn't it?
Just kept going and going and going and
Were you worried about the temperature of your engine?
It wasn't like scary hot, but it was just hotter than what I'd have liked it because the stop start. But luckily we.
You were in a solid P3, and you probably thought P3 was where you were going to end up.
I thought. To be fair, I didn't know. Obviously, I know Jack and Callum. They're not shy using the bumper. And I thought one of them was going to be going for a last bend, so I thought I would just bide me time. Like on that restart, I was on their bumper, but I wasn't pushing. And obviously they went, and one of them, I don't know what, something happened down here.
Yeah, it did.
And I actually backed off a bit because I thought I'm not coming up the inside.
Jack was a bit pushy on Cal.
And I thought I'm not. What's it called? I'm not going to go past them. I'll wait, see what happens, and then exactly happened as what did happen, and then managed to get through.
Sneak through,
I don't know how I managed to get through.
Did you worry that you were a lap down? Sorry?
He got a wooden spoon. To be fair, I was thinking that was going to be the next thing.
Okay.
I thought that. So I just unplugged my race receiver when I finished. I thought, they're not telling me I'm a lap down today.
Well, I've spoken with Sophie. We are going to review the results and make sure that you're not a lap down.
Yeah, that's good. Wouldn't surprise me.
No, but you raced very, very well. The car looks to be nailed on, really,
Yeah,
didn't
it was good. It was good. It was hooked in good, to be fair. So it was good.
And you're doing post-race scrutineering now. So what are they looking at here?
Just making sure all the weights are correct and making sure I'm not cheating, but we don't do that.
And that's that in terms of weights. So you've got to have so much inside weight, so much outside weight.
All different, like boundaries.
Do you know what those weights are?
No.
Okay.
No, I do. But
Do you think it's 52.9 on the inside?
Can't give too much away.
Do you think that's roughly where it should be? Do you think that's the limit?
Maybe.
Maybe. And as long as we're okay there,
Yeah.
not too much rear, we're okay. Happy days. Listen, well done, mate. Congratulations on the great one.
Thank you.
That seems to be interviewing you
Exactly.
loads, and you won loads.
I
That's
know. I quite
skeggy
like
as
you
well.
interviewing me, to be fair. I quite like it, Rod.
Well, that's good. I'll keep doing it more. I'm here with Callum Gill, who literally was like, got into the lead with, I want to say, about half distance.
I think it was a little bit before that.
A little bit before that, and you were just nailed on all the way through. Every time there was a race stoppage, you got a good race start, a restart, and then last couple of laps it didn't work.
No, they stopped it with literally 1 lap to go, which I thought they'd have called it, but obviously they didn't, and I knew that was a race over then because everyone's on a big push. Jack got past, he kind of fluffed himself coming into the corner, so I held on the inside of him. He was coming down the straight just to hold him out wide, but my outside rear drove over his bumper and it just took me sideways, and then I just got collected by everyone. But that's racing, isn't it? I think that should have been declared with 1 to go. But
It's very, very hard for everybody. What I saw, Cal, was that I think going into the penultimate bend, Jack had a good little dig at you and went through up on the inside, and then you went back on him again, didn't you? And then it all, like, you got caught up a little bit, and unfortunately then you actually spun out. But I thought you did very well because you then kept your foot in, span all the way around, and managed to, I think you got 5th, maybe 5, 6, something like that.
I think so. I don't know. Mum just went and had a look where I got, but as soon as I was halfway spun round, and then I thought, I can manage to save this, and then I got collected and it took me right around. I see red. Just get nailed to the floor, spun it back round. I didn't care who was coming, who was where.
And sometimes that's the only thing you can do, isn't it? So all I can say is that the car looked nailed on, you looked nailed on, and I think, but for the grace of God, you could have had a good race win there.
Oh yeah.
Oh, this is a very disappointed.
We've been
Callum
so
Gill.
close so many times here this year. Like in the National, we was gone and got caught up with back markers, got a puncture. Then we go to Northampton because we've had a great day here. We weren't going to do just domestic meetings, we were just going to do world qualifying rounds. And we had such a good night here, I was like, oh, we'll go to Northampton. We went to Northampton, had a terrible night, running issues. So we got home, played with it, sorted it out, thought we sorted it, went to Mildenhall, done, I don't know, 5, 6 laps, running issues again. Obviously Ryan went there, didn't have a fuel pump. So we got to Northampton, put a fuel pump on it in heat 1, went out in heat 1, absolutely smashed the car to pieces. And I was just in that, do you know, when I just stood there on a Sunday and thought, do you know what?
Just goes like this,
I ain't
doesn't
even
it?
mad, I ain't upset, just ain't nothing, just put it in the lorry. And we fixed it, and then we went back to Northampton again, and we had a win. So I know you get the good with the bad, but I get more bad than the good. But we'll see. We've still got 2 races left to go, so we have got a chance to knock the axle clean out of it tonight still. And it's probably going to be likely in the final. So maybe you want to chat to me at the end.
Listen, thanks ever so much, because I know you're a bit down at the moment, but there's some good bits as well.
There's
Cal.
plenty of years left in it for me, isn't there?
There is. And you've got a nice smiley face.
Yeah, seat time. Just need seat time. I learn by your mistakes, don't you? You learn it. It's the only way you're going to learn is by your mistakes.
Thanks ever so much for your time.
No worries, thank you.
Cheers. I'm in with Charlie Sauder, who's had a bit of a torrid day. Let's just go from the start, shall we? Because in the heat, although you're going quite well, it didn't end up quite well, did it?
Yeah, just one of them days, I think. Back brakes got stuck on the headers, playing my bias valve, and something fell to bits, so back brakes stuck on. Didn't finish that one, and then that one just got a bit of a puncher.
Can't drive a man's car. That's the problem.
Is that the problem? Mick says he can't drive a man's car, but the way you were going, Charlie, up until that point in the consolation, you were absolutely flying, weren't you?
Don't see him in it, do you? But, no, I'm not very comfortable in it. We sort of threw everything together, and I'm all cramped up and just not very comfy, and I'm just so used to my other car now. And car just not doing what I want it to do.
So hang on a minute, right? Because so what you're saying is I see the steering wheels the wrong way round. So can you see that steering wheel? So the dishes. So you've done that to give yourself a bit more arm.
Well, it was too close to me to start with, and then I tried to put it further away, but then it went too far away, and just having murders tonight. But
So when you're in the garage back at home, do you kind of sit in it and go, that feels right, but then you come to the track and it's like, oh,
it's so different because you sit. I sat in it and I was dead comfy, and then you get all strapped in, and then you get on track, and then you sort of pitch it in, and it's so different to being out there. But I'm used to them moulded seats as well that are all moulded around you, and that's a full containment. Not making excuses, but you're just familiar with what you're familiar with. So
I love in my race car being, as you say, a foam seat that's been made. Completely contoured, and it's right for you. And nobody else can get in the car, but no, it doesn't matter.
Exactly.
You feel like you're at one with the car, don't you?
Well, I've had them seats for 4 or 5 years now, and I run it in my Shell and my tarmac car, and that's all I use. I think they're the safest seat out there by a country mile. Yeah, you're all compact. It all fits you. As long as you don't put a bit of weight on or lose a load of weight, you're all right. So, but yeah, just not comfy. Car sort of got through together last minute. It was sort of like a last minute decision to come because obviously we had a few issues with my other Shell car, so we thought it'd be quicker rather than taking this engine out and putting it in my car. It'd be quicker to getting this done up, but we still spent God knows how much time in the workshop, and it just wasn't meant to be. So
why are you loading up now?
Because I'm just not happy with it. I'm not comfortable in the car.
So it's not like there's a real problem as such.
No,
it's just like
little issues with the steering. It's it all got redone in the winter, and where it just needs a gusset welding because the steering box is flexing a little bit. So we'll put a gusset. We'll do it properly all at home. Right, it's just better.
So it's more time. More time.
Yeah. I've got Monday and Tuesday. I'm off to London on Wednesday. Up the Yids. Thursday I'm recovering and then prepping my.
Charlie's a little bit of Spurs supporter.
And
we like Spurs because they got beat 5-1 by Liverpool. But hey, let's move on.
Yeah, Europa League champions, mate. By the time this comes out, I'm telling you. We'll get it back. We'll get the tarmac car all done for Scotland. Had a load of damage with that, and then I think it's a weekend off for us. We're not going up to Bradford, so we'll make a decision either to run this for European or hopefully our engine will be done by my wonderful engine builder Simon Rogers. Shout out to him because he's helped me big time. So hopefully that gets back out, or we'll put this in my other shell car, my normal shell car. So. And then it's all ready for Dad to come out and show me how to drive it.
Dad, who can't really move because his back's been operated on.
I think he was trying to keep it low key, but it doesn't matter.
He hasn't had an operation.
Right. He's had a back operation, so he's out of action for a little bit. But he's on the mend, as you can see. Proper looks like he's struggling with his back and.
Yeah, he's doing all the right things that would make his back work for a long time.
They said you've got to keep a little bit mobile, but rest and sit down a lot. And
you're doing very well.
I've been resting earlier.
You were resting.
If you take your head down and you can see the colour of him, all he's been doing is laying in the garden, and he's got a massive tan now. So.
Look at that!
Whoa! This has gone from PG to plus 12.
Plus 12. Charlie, thanks ever so much. I look forward to seeing you out next time, mate. Bless you. Thomas, congratulations on winning the final. A bit hectic out there.
Yeah, very much so. Yeah, I'm sure it was a great race to watch.
It was a great race to watch, but that implies that it wasn't a great race to be in.
It was a good race. It's a shame about the late caution then. Craig had it sewn up, but sometimes it works in your favour and sometimes it doesn't. So we'll definitely take it.
Well, it seems to me that you went in quite well with him and put him quite wide and then just drive through on the inside.
It was not dirty. It was so when they walk the track, it's so slippy on the inside. Everyone's against the fence, so I kind of turned in late and wide and tried to cut across the corner and
you buried your foot as well. Didn't you?
Just keep it wide open. Right, mate. Thanks, Grayson. Turn round, smile.
Look, you're on the camera, Luke.
Smile. Thumbs up and smile.
Yay!
Yeah, no, it's just one of the things. It's so hard, and he come off the corner behind me, and then he didn't end up on the podium. I don't really know what happened, but it's racing, isn't it?
It's racing. Well done, mate.
Thank you very much.
Great to see you win. Thanks.